everyone, my name is Reggina Onggatta and my registration number is 2705079. I am from University of Sumatera Utara, majoring in English Literature. Today, I would like to do a presentation about cross-culture understanding, which the topics are about salad bowl and melting pot. So, what is salad bowl? Salad bowl is the metaphor for the way a multicultural society can integrate different cultures while maintaining their separate identities. In the salad bowl model, different cultures are brought together like a salad ingredient, but do not form together into a single homogeneous culture. Each culture keeps its own distinct qualities. This idea proposes a society of many individual cultures, since the latter suggests that any groups may be unable to preserve their heritage. So, how about melting pot? Melting pot is a metaphor for an increasingly homogeneous heterogeneous society. The different elements are melted into one as a harmonious cultural similarity. This term is used to describe the assimilation of immigrants in the United States. The metaphor of melting into one was used in the 1780s. In addition, melting pot means that there is a kind of melting of various cultures into one form in a pot, from various materials into one, from heterogeneous to homogeneous. Here it occurs the process of assimilation of each part. Melting pot is like a porridge because when we try to add various spices, rice, coconut milk finally form into one form, namely porridge. To make it clearer about salad bowl and melting pot, let's take a case from America. So, do you think America is salad bowl or melting pot? Let's hear my explanation about it. Many elementary students in America were taught that America is one big melting pot. The melting pot metaphor is used to describe how immigrants who come to America eventually become assimilated into American culture, thus creating multiple cultures that have blended into one. Then, as the children got older, they entered the debate of determining if America is a melting pot or a salad bowl. The salad bowl metaphor is a different view describing how those immigrants who come to America combine their cultures with others but still retain their own cultural identity. Basically, America is one big integration of unique, distinct cultures. So, which America is it? A melting pot or a salad bowl? The debate between these two metaphors is constant and depends on how someone views the world and the United States. These two metaphors are used to describe America's multiculturalism. The United States is a home to immigrants from all over the world, which has resulted in such a big amount of multiculturalism. Immigrants are constantly coming to America and bringing their own unique cultures with them. In reality, the metaphor of a melting pot is no longer useful. Instead, America is more closely as a salad bowl. They are all together as one, but yes, they all have distinct cultures. For example, Chinese Americans still celebrate the Chinese New Year, Indian Americans still celebrate Diwali, and Mexican Americans still celebrate the Day of the Dead. And the list could go on and go on. And yes, they are all American, but they still celebrate and practice their own culture. On the other hand, America has become a melting pot in some aspects. Many cultures celebrate American holidays even if it is not part of their own culture. For example, many non-Christian families who do not celebrate Christmas still partake in the exchange of the gifts in this holiday. This could be termed as some cultures becoming Americanized. That is the beginning to act as Americans do. On the social level, immigrants may also assimilate. Every culture has different social qualities, whether it is related to eye contact, conversational distance, or physical contact. When it comes to basic social interactions like a conversational or a handshake, immigrants may also assimilate into an American culture. However, when it comes to more complex social interactions for immigrants such as friendships or marriage, the social aspects of their distinct culture may come more into play. In some sense, America has become a melting pot, but when you look at the bigger picture, it really is a salad bowl. People of other nationalities still keep their own cultural identities. A melting pot would suggest that once people come to America from a different country, their cultural identity is basically lost and becomes solely American. But can't you be American and still have your own distinct cultures, even if it is from outside of the United States? Immigrants do assimilate in certain areas in order to adjust the American way, but overall, they keep their own cultural identity. Immigrants should not be expected to assimilate into American culture. America was founded as the land of the free and a place where you can be whoever you want. Therefore, if America wants to uphold this idea that the country was founded on, immigrants should be allowed to decide when and how much they assimilate into American culture if they decide at all. If you really think about it, America does not really have an authentic culture because American culture is a mix of hundreds or even thousands of different cultures. People from all over the world have been coming to America since it was first discovered. So, in reality, America's culture is everyone's culture. America culture cannot simply be defined as one thing. It is hard to define it at all just because of how great and complex it is. Walking down the street, you see people of ethnicities, races, and origins. Everyone is unique with their own cultures, and that is what makes America is so unique. So, Americans should celebrate multiculturalism, not deny it, because that is the true definition of what America really is. I think that is all for my video presentation about cross-culture understanding. I hope it is beneficial. Thank you and see you!